Yes, sorry to keep you waiting.
Are you both ready?
Absolutely!
Well, same rules as 3 years ago. Just take these bells from me. Of course, if you don't actively try to come after me, you'll never get the bells.
We know already! Skip the introduction, let's hurry up and start!
Sounds good.
If there's one thing about this game, though, above everything else that I don't think I'll get over, it's its boss fights.
All right.
Easily
Begin?
some of the best boss fights in the series. Albeit,
Yes!
I'll
Looks
admit,
like.
I'm much more preferential to Storm 3. To me, that's the best Storm game. If only because when you do one of these boss fights in Storm 2, the game does hold your hand quite a bit in allowing you to regen health for each successful QTE you do. That's a lot. And in one of my past attempts to live stream this game, I had almost lost to Sasori, like the first time in years that I ever got pushed like that. And, you know, I literally healed up to max. You can't see it because that's when my capture card started going through some stuff. But, you know, it really put a hamper on, you know, the challenge of the fight itself. Granted, most fights in this game aren't challenging to me anymore. It's a little too late for me to be challenged by this game. But with that being said, when this game was new, I was definitely having a hard time, especially in that pain boss fight. That took a while. It also helps that this game doesn't count bad inputs either, which is a whole separate thing we could go on.
That's just like you, Kakashi. Huh?
But I guess at this point, the question is, you know, how does everyone feel about QTEs? Personally speaking, I'm not necessarily their biggest detractor, if only for the fact that I grew up in the era of QTEs, and I just like seeing cool things. You know, I just like seeing cool things happen. But I do know that there's a lot of people who dislike it, and for good reason. If anything, because it stops a person from actually playing the game. I was actually thinking about this before I got started. It's interesting how QTEs got integrated into gaming as a whole, where games like Spider-Man 2018 is essentially built around QTEs, but they're all optional. You can stop doing them whenever you want, but like whoever designed the game, I know who designed the game, you know, they just couldn't think about making a Spider-Man game without it. Either they couldn't think about it, or they were directed to put it in. You know, I probably should have. I probably should have thought about that before I made that statement. But it's interesting. Is what I'm trying to say. How impactful a QTE is, and yet it's kind of despised in some corners of gaming. The opinion has probably changed now that my generation's got a lot older and I've gotten a lot of time to grow up with this stuff, but... how do you say? I theorized, sorry, because I forgot about talking about this, but I theorized that it was like a method of pacifying some gamers after a while. Like, obviously, certain games use it to its advantage. Storm 2 and really most of CC2, I can say, is a game, a company that utilizes QTEs to their advantage. If only because they really like this over-the-top stuff. Ever since the PS2 days of Naruto Ultimate Ninja? They were all for showing the most spectacular, over-the-top action that they could animate. Albeit, the Ultimate Ninja games weren't exactly the best they didn't portray the QTEs in the best light. It's kind of like the Budokai games, specifically Budokai 3, where if you hit a specific button sequence or you fill a meter before your opponent, you can interrupt the attack. Is that how it worked in 3? Maybe it's not. Maybe that's not how it worked in Ultimate Ninja 3, but that's how it worked in one of them, definitely. I don't remember which one. It's been a minute, unfortunately. I have my PS2 set up right there. I can play these games at any time. And, you know, instead of just trying to talk from memory. But yeah, it's interesting because in certain cases I can definitely see what people mean when they say they don't like QTEs. But at the same time, it can enhance the experience and give you an unforgettable experience.
Maybe I've surpassed you, Kakashi.
But I don't know. What do you guys think?